What is up, everybody? It is your boy Tay with No Cap the podcast, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, tonight's episode is it's a chill one. It's going to be a chill one. Nothing too serious. Nothing. No artists coming on today, but we do have a bit of a recap and a bit of a introduction to a new co-host, a new co-host. So, as some of you may know, I've been looking for another co-host alongside Pooh that is going to be on the show with us. Just, not every single time, but just asking questions, just getting into swing of things and getting to know some of the guests that we have on our show. And me and Pooh both agreed. This person, she's she's an interesting one. So, and she's actually been on the podcast before. She was actually the second episode in our return to StreamYard. So let's give it up for our new co-host, Mieko. Hi,
Hello, konnichiwa.
welcome. So the last time you were on the show, like what has happened since the last time you've been on the show?
Oh, since the last time, I have continued to get comfortable with Twitch. I now game and stream. I'll do TikTok and Twitch just so that way people can see and hear me on TikTok, and then on Twitch they can see what games I'm playing. So if they're interested, they say, "What game you playing?" And I'll just tell them what game I'm playing and how they can view me on Twitch. So I do have some supporters on there, so I do appreciate those that will step in and just kind of watch what I'm doing. And the engagement is great, mostly on TikTok, but having my friends come in every now and then say, "Hey, what you doing?" And it's always good conversation, good laughs. It's pretty much what I've been doing, just getting comfortable on streaming on Twitch. And then also, I have a new position at work. So I did get promoted recently. Very happy about that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's quite the thing too, because I went from going remote completely to hybrid. So I do have to show up to the office. But because I'm in training for this new position, I've been going in office every day. So it's been a bit tiring, less sleep, but it's well worth it. So I'm excited for the new changes to come to hopefully then move closer to the job as well.
Okay. So tonight, like I said, it's gonna be a pretty chill night. And what better way to spend the night than to play 21 questions? So I got this idea from a fellow podcaster. Um, Shout out to Toy in the Successful Toy podcast. I got this idea from her, but she plays 21 questions with a twist, and her questions be wild. My questions ain't gonna be that wild. So Um,
Okay.
so we just gonna start it off. What was the weirdest dream you've ever had?
There's a lot of those. um, whew. Weirdest dream I've ever had. I would say it's usually a dream that involves going into the ocean or being around a body of water. So I would say one of the weirder dreams that I've had. It's like I'm in the middle of the ocean doing nothing, and I'm also panicking at the same time because I don't want nothing to get me. So I remember when I started being more aware that I can control my dreams. So I'm a lucid dreamer. Yay. I thought, well, the sky is pretty and I want to fly. So as soon as I thought that I want to fly, I ended up flying. But it was weird because I was like going also jumping in and out of the water, and there was like some dolphins around me, but I was mostly flying in that dream. That was probably one of the weirder dreams because I thought it was going to mean something, but sometimes I just don't. It's just there. So jumping from scene to scene, I don't remember much because as soon as it starts jumping from one dream to another, I don't really know the chronicle or order of anything, and I don't understand what's happening and why I'm dreaming it. But that was probably one of the weirder dreams that I had.
Okay, okay. Well, for me, I actually had this dream last night and it was very weird. Um, you know the game GTA?
Yes.
So I was stuck in GTA Vice City.
Oh.
I was stuck in that game and it's basically so I don't know if you remember the opening mission when you had to get on a scooter and you had to chase this car and whatnot. So basically, I was like the main character, but I was seeing the main character that you play with around like the city
Mm-hmm.
doing the missions in the game. And every time I tried to interact with him, I couldn't. So I'm like, and I woke up and I'm like, what did that dream mean? Because like,
You really
what
wanted
did
to
that
play some
mean?
GTA or something.
Maybe it's a prelude to like GTA 6 or something. I don't know. Like,
We'll probably never
but
get there.
yeah, they said it's coming out next year, but I doubt it
Oh.
because
Mm.
yeah, I highly
One can
doubt
dream.
that. Exactly. Dreams. Um, so my next question is if you can travel to any time period in a time machine, what time period would you choose and why?
I would go back just because I'm scared of the future. But I would go back and enjoy those moments that I had with my grandparents because, you can't really, get those back once it's gone. So I would probably just sneak and look out the window and peep at what I was doing at my grandma's house, probably, just because I miss her very, very much. Um, like I feel like if you look too much in the past, though, that you're not going to be able to let go. You're not going to be able to move forward. But like I feel like cherishing those moments or going back to be able to see the happy moments in your life. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't change anything. Never that.
Okay, okay. Definitely. I agree with that. I would pretty much do the same thing. I would spend some time with my grandmother again, but because we used to play this game when I was little. She had this rocking chair, and we lived on the third floor in the Bronx. And basically all we did is we people watched, and, and that was the funnest thing that I have ever done with my grandmother. I would look forward to that. And we would just people watch. Sometimes we'll do it from the window. Sometimes we'll go sit in front of the building and just people watch. And I would act like I'm like older than what I was. I was like 8 years old. And I would act like I was like 30, talking, having adult conversations, sipping Diet Pepsi with my grandmother and whatnot. So yeah, hilarious.
The Mrs. Hendricks at it again.
Exactly. We would do things like that. Yeah. But a little part two to that question is you had mentioned that you would like stay on the outside looking at yourself with your
Hmm.
grandparents. If you can change anything, would you?
I would definitely be tempted to. I would contemplate it a lot. Uh, but what I would be afraid of is if I changed even the smallest thing, that it would impact my future, and I wouldn't be able to go back to the way things are, which is really good right now. And even if it was kind of miserable, like just having that stage of I'm tired of this and I wish things would be better. I really don't want to essentially mess up my blessings. So I would probably just not. I'll just leave it be and just enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For me, if I could see myself in that moment, I would be very tempted to change something as well, because I don't know why I was drinking Diet Pepsi at 8 years old. I would have probably switched it for a juice or something like that. But like you said, I don't know what that would affect. I might switch it for a juice, and then I'm in my old age now. I'm diabetic, so I'm like, yeah, you never know what that's going to change or whatever.
Right.
We have a few comments here from one of my fellow podcast colleagues, Breon, and then I guess he laughed at what we were saying. So shout out to you, Breon. Um, Next question. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Um, my tendency to push people away. I feel like that's one of my more toxic traits because I feel like instead of pushing people away, just not be afraid to just be vulnerable when it's appropriate. Because a lot of times people will just want to know, like, why are you like this? And if I can explain, like, okay, I react like this because of this, or I have certain things that trigger me to be this way, or just be understanding to how I'm feeling. It's mostly like things that I've experienced or people that I've experienced that has me in this weird state where I tend to like back off and just kind of do my own thing. And those same people will want to talk to me and they're like, okay, well, why aren't you really clinging on and talking to me? It's mostly because it's hard for me to want to be close to someone because I feel like I'm going to lose that person. So I tend to push people away. So I wish I wasn't like that. Like I wish I was just a little bit more open. You can't trust everybody, though. I would say that.
Yeah, definitely can't trust everybody. I've learned that the hard way many times. But if I can change myself, one thing about myself is exactly what I just said, trusting, putting my trust into people that don't deserve it. Because
Right.
I'm a very caring, forgiving person. Like, you can blow my car up or whatever. Not that she really would.
Right.
Whatever FBI agent is listening, I'm just using an example. Like
Not
she,
literally, not
she,
literally.
she could do that, and I was like, I might be mad like for a month or two, and then be like, all right, yeah, you know what, you were mad, so it was a mistake, right? But I'm very forgiving. So, and that's one thing that I would change about myself, honestly.
Okay.
Um, I think I'm gonna skip that question. But all right, this is the fun one. If you could have any fictional character's wardrobe, whose would it be?
Okay.
Oh God.
I have to think about this very carefully because there's some good ones, but hmm. Like I don't want to go too dark, but I don't want to go too bubbly either because I'm one of those people that like to switch up a little bit. Like one day you might see me wearing pastels, and the next you see me just wearing straight black. Like no. Ooh, that's such a good. You know what? I got it. That's a Raven. Raven Baxter's wardrobe. Because when I tell you Mama's was on point every single time, that's the only one I would wear with confidence and be happy. Like if I could just have that wardrobe, I'd be set for life. Like it doesn't go out of style. Like what she wears, I could like early 2000s, a lot of those like Disney characters were kind of iffy with their wardrobe and it's a little like, mm. But hers was always on point and it matched. And even if she does like mix a little bit of color or something, it still looks on point. So I could do her wardrobe no problem.
Okay. Okay. Now, when I tell you the unhealthy obsession that I've had with Christina Pierman, like in middle school, you ask any of my middle school friends, I would literally trade can you remember the Tiger Pete magazines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would trade pieces of candy for a picture of Christina Pierman.
Oh, Lordy.
And then if you came to my house, if you look at a wall, that wall was filled with nothing but pictures of her. When I tell you I had a celebrity obsession, yeah, it was her. So Cheetah Girls pillows, yep. Cheetah Girls bed sheets, yep. I had it all.
Stop. Get some help. 'Cause I love Cheetah Girls so much. Don't get me wrong. Their wardrobe was always nice too. They were very creative. And I feel like Raven has something to do with that because she had taste. Or at least her stylist definitely had something to do with it.
hmm hmm as for my fictional character, um, to be honest, oh, I know. Penny Proud's dad. I liked him.
He was always very like looked like he's ready to work, but when he did
Yeah,
have his vacation, oh yeah, he gives that dad vibe. So I
big,
would yeah.
yeah, dad vibes.
He always dressed very appropriate, very clean.
Yeah, my first pick would have been Johnny Bravo, but I was like, I
He
had
he's
him.
he's a woman repellent. I don't know if you want a woman repellent as part of your wardrobe, considering he only wore a black tee and jeans
hmm
and some
hmm
sunglasses. I mean, you got the sunglasses down,
I mean, yep,
down
yep,
pat.
yep. All right. So my next question here is, what was the first job you ever wanted to have as a kid?
I wanted to be. I, I wanted to be an animal cop. I used to watch Animal Cops on Animal Planet. Oh my gosh. Because I would see them rescue the pets and rescue horses and sometimes they would keep the pet and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be just like that. And I felt like I had this weird connection to animals. I just like convinced myself I can understand their feelings and everything. And because every time I approached an animal, we I was always buddy buddy with them by the time it was time for me to go home or something. And it's just like, I don't know, something about that show that really made me want to help animals. But now getting older and getting around more animals, I realized animals stink. So I don't want to be an animal cop anymore, but that was what I wanted to be.
Okay. Dr. Doolittle too. You just wanted to be Raven again.
Yep.
You just wanted to be Raven again. That's all that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, for me, and actually to this very day, because I've actually taken steps towards it.
Hmm.
Um, but it was like more so as a kid. So I'm just going to explain it in the levels. So as a kid, I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. So that was it. I had my mind made up. When I turned like 18-ish, I was like, yeah, I could be a wrestler. Then when I got older, I'm like, you know what? Maybe not so much a wrestler, but maybe behind the scenes, like in the general company.
Right. Like
Like
a
maybe like
producer.
like a producer or a writer.
Yeah.
But fun fact, what a lot of people don't know about me is I actually applied to be a writer for the WWE. I got the interview. They flew me out to Stamford, Connecticut for a second interview, but I didn't take the job because I started working on a cruise. And
Mm.
I'm like, Lord Jesus, I should have took that son,
You should
bitch.
have took that job. I'm sorry. Cruises. Mm, from what
Yeah.
I hear, there it's not the best job in the world. So I would say you should have took that job. I would have took a whole leap. The fact that they flew you out, flying is crazy for an interview. I love that. That's cool.
hmm I mean, they flew me out even though I lived one state over in New York. Like,
They said you're a shoe in. Did they
yeah,
willing to spend money on you? You're a shoe in at that point.
true, true. And there's been a lot of jobs that I've had that they, oh, with the cruise, they have to fly you to the boat and back home. So, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I guess so. Um, my next question here, if you could have dinner with a famous person, living or dead, who would who would it be?
Martin Lawrence. I always say Martin Lawrence. Favorite comedian. Um, just seems like a stand up person. And I know like the little comments like people like to say nowadays about Martin because he doesn't seem like his usual happy peppy self. But it's just like he's been out of it for a long time, and then all of a sudden he's back into it. Like it's a lot on a person, I would imagine. Um, but I just feel like because of the vibe that he gives off in general, like, and he's funny. Like, yes, I'm gonna want to hang out with a funny dude who was in the '90s. Like, you're in the right decade of state of mind, and I don't know. And he's definitely paying, so gotta have Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, okay. Um, for me, I would say, huh, well, it's a couple of people for me, to be honest.
I'm surprised you didn't pick a female immediately. Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B. I'm Rihanna,
Uh, no.
Beyonce.
Well, it is a female. All right. I would say
Tell me why I knew.
I
I
would
could have picked Hugh Jackman, but I'm not gonna be petty. I could
no,
have
but
picked. Mm,
I would say Ella Fitzgerald actually.
you said Ella.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Okay. Why?
Because that whole Harlem Renaissance phase, um, I would have loved to be there. And she was like the queen of jazz in that time. And I would just ask her questions of like what inspired her music and stuff like that.
Mm,
Um, Also Langston Hughes, basically anybody from that era. Because I feel like that was a real powerful era for like happiness and black people and stuff like that. So yeah.
nice.
Um, if you can live one movie for the rest of your life, actually live it, what would the movie be and why?
Mm, that's a good question, and it can be any movie.
Yes, any movie.
Hmm. There's a lot of movies I like, but I have to be careful because some of them be like back in the '60s. I ain't trying to take a step backward. Um, hmm, what movie would I want to live? I guess, and it's the only movie that really comes to my mind, anyways, is Nightmare Before Christmas
Hmm.
or any Tim Burton film. I feel, even though in his world he doesn't like us, but I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I like any of Tim Burton's films really because they're just it does give that old timey feel, and it has a little creepiness in it, but it's not scary. Like it's not gonna make you go, "Oh my gosh, I'm living a nightmare," like an actual nightmare. Um, I don't know. And the characters are so lovable, and they have their own little quirks about them. So I wouldn't feel like I would stand out too much. I feel like I would be just the perfect background character. So that's
So
that's
you
what
want
I'm.
to be a background character? Okay.
Yep, in the background.
Um, for me, I told my sister this the other day, and she was like, okay. Um, for me, it would be Love Don't Cost a Thing, the movie with Nick Cannon and
I
Christina
know that
Milian.
movie. I swear my sister made me watch that movie so many times. I couldn't stand that movie.
That's actually one of my favorite movies.
Mm.
I would pick it because I was literally Nick Cannon in that movie. Like I was literally his character. I was the nerd in high school. No one really liked me. And then I met my ex-wife, who was the popular girl, and for some reason she liked me. And that was history.
Not Timmy Turner and Trixie Tang. You don't need that.
But let's see. Oh, this is a question for gamers. So you're the lead character in a video game. What game is it, and what impact have you made towards your progress in the game?
I'm gonna say Kingdom Hearts.
Good one, good one.
Pro- Okay, what was that second part? That was the second part
Um, what game is it? You said Kingdom Hearts, and what progress have you made for yourself in that game?
of progress. Depends which Kingdom Hearts game specifically, then, because they all have like different stages for different games, different types of stages. Because if I was in the earlier ones, I'd probably be stuck trying to get past the being in that gummy rocket. I did not like those stages, so I would probably struggle the most in that part. Um, the older ones, I'm definitely not getting past certain boss fights. If fighting against Organization 13, I'd probably be stuck on one of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Um,
So I'd probably be on some random person's world, like the Little Mermaid or Hercules, probably,
yeah,
or
yeah.
the Beast. And then the Beast is a little further in, so the earlier stages, I'll say.
Well, I actually have, for me, I actually have two games. Um, One from the past that most people don't know about, but it was literally a sleeper hit. Well, in my case, because at the time I was playing it, I was very young and shit had no business playing that game.
Mm.
It was called Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yeah, yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was literally about a squirrel, a cute little cuddly squirrel who gets drunk. and he has to go through on this adventure just trying to get home to his girlfriend so he can smash. Literally, that's
Not
what the
so you
game
can
was
get
about.
the nuts.
And and it was a parody. So there was a Matrix level, there was a Saving Private Ryan level. Like it's like he had to go through all these different levels just to get back home. And I feel like me in that game would be very interesting.
Yes.
But on a more serious note, um, a game I just actually recently beat is called Sonoa Saga Hellblade 2. If you haven't played that game, you definitely should. Um, it's like a psychological thriller. So like you could be walking and you'll hear voices in her head talking to you. And they recommend that if you have a mental health issue, you should not play that game.
Right.
So
So she's
like
schizo? Like what's
she's schizophrenic, um, she's fighting internal demons physically and mentally, and it's like different voices like
yeah, I got too many mental health.
yeah,
My anxiety and depression would not like that.
like it's a crazy game. They even have a disclaimer in there. Like it's a crazy game, but
It's
feel
good that they
like
have a disclaimer. Good on the game for doing that.
I feel like I would be good in that game because I would want to help her. Like I would want to help her. So yeah. Um yeah, we can skip that one too. If you could create your own holiday, what would it be called and how would it be celebrated?
There's so many that's already like I feel like it hits everything that I would want and need. I don't know if I would create another holiday per se. Um, and I'm scared like if I say something that's like, oh, that already exists, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Um, hmm. Okay. I guess meme day. I like memes. I like the fact that people make memes. I make my own memes as well. So I would say meme day. You can send a meme to one of your friends or family just to make them laugh. Like basically a make a person laugh type of day. Um, Yeah. I just feel like that would be the most innocent in a sense. I mean, there's inappropriate memes too, but I feel like that would be a good one where everyone can enjoy it and it's also thoughtful and kind, depending on how you use it. But meme day, I feel like everyone gets to create their own meme, or I mean, people are freely doing that now, but I just feel like making it an actual holiday would be cool.
Um, Not to burst your bubble there, but July 23rd is
Stop.
actually National Meme Day. I just looked
Stop.
it up.
I told you I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to create. Oh.
Yeah.
Just everyone ignore. We didn't do that. Delete. Cut from. Cut.
Um, for me,
Did
I
you
would
just look that
say
up? Because I feel some type of way right now.
if, if my camera will focus on it, I can show you. Let's see.
Like you literally just looked that up and it said it. I'm screaming.
Yeah. For me, I would say, I think it exists, but um, like a National Daddy Daughter Day or Mother Son Day or something like that.
Wah wah wah.
Yeah.
We already have Mother and Father's Day.
No, 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 no. Not Mother and
No,
Father's Day.
I don't
Like,
care. I don't care. Y'all already have a day. We already have a day. So, however you decide to spend that day, that is up to y'all.
okay. All right. That's true. That's true. I get
That's
that.
why I didn't want to say something like that because it's already something that's there technically. I didn't know nothing about no meme day. Nobody told me nothing.
She really mad, y'all.
I am mad. That was very not demure.
What? Mm-mm.
Not
What is this?
mindful, not cutesy.
What is this? Where did that come from? First of all,
Technically, it
is
came from Mulan. That's where it originated from.
demure?
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to look up that clip.
Yep.
But my daughter was telling me that today. I'm like, what is that? That like,
He's
what
like,
is
wait.
that? Like, girl, what is
I
that?
thought it was slang, but it really ain't slang. It's something that's existed all this time.
Somebody just found it and said it in a funny way, and now it's
Yep.
a thing.
Yep.
Um, well, this is one of my favorite questions that I'm about to ask. Um, who is your current celebrity crush?
I said it earlier, but definitely Hugh Jackman. He
Okay.
still got it at his age. Like he's old enough to be with my mother, but I don't care. I don't
Oh,
care.
as you can see,
Mm-mm.
she doesn't care. She
Nope.
doesn't.
Look at my face. Do it look like I care? I don't care.
Hold on. Let's see. Does she care? No, doesn't look like she care.
I still
Uh,
have a crush on mm, Michael J.
B.
Scott.
Jordan. Oh, no. Okay.
That's right.
Michael Michael J. Scott or Michael B. Jordan?
No, not Jordan. Scott.
Ah,
The one that was on the Back to the Future movies, right? That's right.
okay. Okay.
J Fox. J Fox. Michael J. Fox. That's what it was. Fox. Fox. I have to remember that. But yeah, I love him.
Me, you know what? Let's see. Let's see if my friend here knows me. Who is my celebrity crush? You gonna take a guess?
You asking me?
Yes,
I
you
thought you
are.
were asking somebody in the room or somebody you had in the background. Cause I'm like,
Oh no, I'm asking you.
ooh, child. I don't pay attention to other dudes' crushes because I get jealous. Like low key, I just be like, ugh. Like it's funny how I allow myself to have crushes, but I don't allow any dudes to have crushes because it just be like, ugh, you know.
Understand, understandable.
Is it Riri?
Understandable. No, it is not.
It's usually Riri, but go ahead.
It's not for me. I never really liked Rihanna like that, to be honest.
Mm, mm.
No, it's not Megan. No, it's not Cardi. No,
I
it's
doubt.
not
Yeah, I doubt
Glorilla.
it was them. Mm-mm. They too
Um,
raunchy.
it is actually Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Taraji P. Henson.
She's a good choice. She's still loud, but
She,
I
she,
feel like
she.
you a quiet type, so you could take a loud
Yeah.
female. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, what is the most random thing you ever bought on the online?
You said what?
What is the most random thing that you ever bought online?
Random thing I ever bought online. I'm known to be on like Amazon or Shein, so bear with me. Most random thing I ever bought. I'm not. I don't get. I'm not one of them people that look at something and go, "Ooh, I gotta have it." I don't really need it. Like if it is something a little bit more like, okay, it's petty. You didn't have to buy it. It's more so like petty stuff, like earrings, like cutesy little random earrings. Trying to think of something more random. Jeez. Uh, I guess my prayer box. I wanted a specific type of box, and then I got some stickers to go with it to make it like, this is important. This is cute. Like you want to see it? It's literally right here. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty random. It's just this box with stickers all over it. But I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
yeah, I could have not have that and just said my prayers like a regular person, but I had to be extra.
Um,
No, I know the most. You are gonna be like, this girl has issues because wait a minute, I want to actually show you. Like, okay, it's something that I needed, so I got it for work, right? So it's a mouse pad, but it's a mouse pad with some
oh God.
booty.
Oh God.
And I had to get my man Levi. That's my man right there.
Oh man. Well, well, it is random. It is random. So,
It's
okay.
because I didn't need to do it like that. I could have got a regular mouse pad. I already had a regular mouse pad, but I just wanted to prevent carpal tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I needed
Mm-hmm.
something for my wrist. I didn't want to get the boobies ones. That's like ew. So I got the booty one.
Okay. Okay. Well, since we keeping it in the family, I guess. So the most random thing I bought was a a high school DxD body pillow of Ria's Grimory. And I don't got it anymore, but basically on one side it's like a big ass pillow. Like on one
Hmm.
side it's just her fully clothed or whatever, and on the other side
The
she's
dark
like
side.
the dark side. Like she naked, boobs out, everything showing, like
No
fully
censor?
no censor,
Oh,
no
you
little clouds. Yeah,
you dirty boy. Oh
yeah.
my.
That's what they're called. They're called kamuras. Daki kamuras.
You so dirty. You said Daki Kamutas. Okay.
Yeah. And they have like
Not that I'm
all
gonna look
sorts
that
of
up or
different.
anything.
No, that you should look it up. Go ahead. They probably got Levi like shirtless
Stop. I don't need
somewhere.
to know. I don't need to know.
Actually, I should look
The
that up,
addiction
to
is
be
already
honest.
bad. It's bad enough.
Well, I know what to get my friend for her birthday, so just
Well.
um
Mm.
I got two more questions for you and then I have a surprise for you. So, if you can invent any gadget, what would it be?
Well, I definitely would want to invent something for teleportation because I feel like that's like the one thing people want to do is just get somewhere where they need to get A to B and then back, of course. So I could create a safe teleportation device, I would do it.
Okay, okay. Um, for me, it will be like a watch, but whatever, but it will have years and it will have future years. So basically like a time machine watch,
Oh,
and you can have it for seconds, minutes, hours, years, months, and you can put like the exact date that you want in the watch to go back to or go to, or like if you got to be somewhere in 5 minutes, you just put it for like 4 minutes and you'll get there. Like, yeah, I don't know.
that'd
They,
be
I
cool.
feel like they're, I feel like we have things like that, but they just keep it from us.
Yeah, cause I swear I be getting deja vu all the time, and I'll literally stop. Like I'm so overly dramatic when it happens, cause you know how some people be like, oh, deja vu, and they'll like move on, but me, no, I have to stop everything. I'd be like, wait a minute, I've seen this before.
Hmm, hmm.
I'd be like, you were just doing that, and I was just saying this, and I saw the clock, and
Exactly. Like
I
that's
stop everything. I'd be like, nah, somebody's messing with the timeline. Where's low key? Like, I literally just start freaking out.
deja
That's,
vu is a real thing. It does,
it is.
and
Denzel.
it, uh, okay. So what's the worst? What's the worst thing you've done to get out of trouble?
Lie. I would just say lie in general because lying creates a nasty habit. And then at some point, it can turn into manipulation and other things. I just feel like to get out of trouble, it's not good to lie because you create a habit of lying. And then you have another lie to cover up that lie, and just it just creates a web of lies, and you don't want that. So I would just say, don't lie. Because I remember I used to do that a lot with my mom. Like I just try to get out of trouble, or prevent there being a situation where she doesn't trust me on something, because you just definitely didn't want to be on that side of her. And I felt like my relationship was never going to get better with her until I started telling her the truth. And when I told her the truth about things, even if it made me uncomfortable or I didn't feel like it was a good thing to say, a lot of times me just telling her the truth would clear it up a lot quicker than to sit there and lie. So I would be like, you know what? I'm just not going to lie. And of course, at work, I don't lie. When I talk to my friends or just people that honestly just want an honest answer about some mistake I did or made, or just anything, I just tell the truth. It is what it is. If you don't like it, we can talk about it. But, is it going to change what happened? Not really. So me lying about it is just creating more issues than, resolution. So I would just say that lying, and just don't lie.
Um, for me, it actually happened yesterday.
Uh-oh.
So I was playing Fortnite and my friend had asked me to go to the store with him, but
Mhm.
I had said that I wasn't home. And he's like, "You're not home." Okay, cool. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Then I walk out my building and I see him. And he was like, "Yo, I thought you wasn't home." I'm like, "Yeah, I just got here, bro."
I just got here, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
But like you
nasty
said,
work.
don't don't lie, y'all. Don't lie. Don't lie, y'all. And for those of you watching on, oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. None of you are watching on Instagram. Never mind. All right. But anyway, I'm gonna say it anyway. For those of you watching on Instagram, you will only get the first hour of this episode. The rest of you will get however long this episode goes. So, but I did say I have a surprise, and I like to do this. I just created this a few weeks ago, and this is called Podcast Test because, yes, you are a co host. So, what's a co host without a co host asking questions? So, here you go. This is your podcast now, and you ask me all the questions you may have.
I have. How far are you in Naruto?
How far am I in Naruto? I actually finished it.
Okay. Follow up question. How was it?
Eh,
Like 1 out of 10.
oh, 1 out of 10. I'll give it a 9.5. I liked it.
Would you
Mm,
recommend to other people?
yes, I would.
What do you like about it?
I like the story. I like the action, and I like that. Yes, I did watch fillers, even though you told me not to. But I,
I'm sorry.
I,
I warned you.
I like the story, and especially that whole pain guy.
Mm,
That whole saga had me like ready to go to the Leaf Village and save it my damn
I
self. Like
swear. I swear. I was ready to
I was
go.
like, oh boy. And then something that got me real bad was when Jiraiya died. I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. Oh
Spoilers.
Lord.
Spoilers.
All
Spoilers.
right. Oh, well, I mean, if you haven't, well, there might
I
be
mean, if they
people
ain't
like
watching by
me.
now, they kind of asking for it. But I still like to just feel bad for those people like you that hasn't really gotten into anime until now. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but I ain't
um,
gonna give no more spoilers, but
no
it
problem.
was a good show.
How do you feel about modern women in today's world? Logic on dating. They need a man that has a lot of money, even though they don't have a lot of money.
So for me, because I see a lot of it on Instagram and Facebook where like they will only go for a man with a lot of money and they don't want to like work.
Hmm.
Um, that's fine and dandy if that's what you want to do. But for me, when I have a woman in my life, I'm not going to say, "Oh, I'm just going to take care of you." Like, yeah, I'm going to take care of you, but I'm not going to say you have no rights to where you don't have a choice to where you want to work. So if you want to work, if you want to make more money for yourself, go right ahead. But I do know some guys that will go for those women specifically, the eye candy, the trophy women, because that's what I call them,
Hmm.
and they will just spend money on them, take them to all these expensive restaurants and on these super expensive dates and whatnot. But
Yeah, I mean,
what
like the
most men,
women that be like Olive Garden is. Why are we going to Olive Garden? Why are we going to Starbucks for
Mhm.
our first day? Why are we going to the park? Those women, I'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And
you don't know how to
that
take things slow.
and
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. And because when these guys take them to these Brazilian steakhouses and these super expensive $500 lobster tail places, that's your first date. You forget that you got more dates to go on if she likes you. And you're gonna have to up the ante every single time because she's not gonna want that $500 steak now. She's gonna want that $1,000 steak that you can sit in the sky and eat while your feet dangle. That's what she's gonna want.
I swear they don't realize it. She's gonna up the ante.
Listen,
Okay.
listen, don't get me started. Shit.
What was your scariest experience at work?
Hmm. Oh, I was working on a cruise, and the alarm sounded that we were about to run into land, like do uh, a land evacuation. So we were in. It was a river cruise. So the water had got shallow. So we had to do basically the driver, the captain has to crash the boat onto land
Mm.
to prevent it from like getting stuck in the mud. So that's what he did. He crashed the boat into land, and we had to. I was working at the time, and we had to basically do a whole boat evacuation. Now, when you work on a cruise, they train you for this stuff, so of course you know how to do it, but you never expect to actually be doing
Have to do it.
it.
I swear.
And when you're in that moment, it's like, all right, we all about to die. like, like, like they give you like a station that your safety station. Mine's is like 26, and you got to remember exactly what you do at that station and X, Y, and Z. And you got to get these people from this side of the boat to that side of the boat, but you can't go to that side of the boat because that's somebody else's station. So it's so damn confusing and
Oh
hectic.
my.
But yeah,
It's
but
making me
it
nervous.
it it works. It works though. It works. Yeah, that was my scariest experience at a job. I've had other scary experiences, but not to the point of that. When I did security, I was in a building by myself. I used to work overnight, and I could have sworn I saw a ghost. I could have swore. I
Gotta
swore
go.
to this day, ghost. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, definitely ghost.
Um, I would say the scariest thing for me was when a kid, she had hurt herself on at the sandbox. I was a teacher at the time, so I was working with 3 year olds. And my coworker did not help because she was like freaking out herself. The child had bumped herself and she thought she had really like punctured it or something. It was bleeding, like her forehead was bleeding. But because I can't actually see the wound, I'm calm. I'm like, okay, I grab the first aid kit bag and I take her to the bathroom. I sing to her, wipe her face, and I was like, oh, it's like literally a scratch. Like it was literally nothing, but it scared me because my coworker was freaking out. She was about to pass out. Someone else had to step in and help us so she could calm down. And I was just like, we're trained to check these kids and make sure they're okay and that they don't freak out. It was just because I think it's because the way it sounded and the way it looked, because she saw the whole thing. I didn't see the whole thing, but she made it seem like this child has to go to the hospital. We have to tell her parents, like we had to tell her parents regardless, because it was like neck up situation, but it wasn't so bad where she needed stitches because they thought she's gonna need stitches. Just it's over. Like, no, she's literally fine. She just got scared. And then, when you know how a kid looks up at you, and if you look freaked out, they're going to freak out. That's kind of what I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And me knowing how I am, I'm like, well, let me assess the situation. So I was super calm. And I really just want her to feel like she was going to be okay. So I didn't freak out. I just like, let me clean you up and let's see how bad it is. Because if it's really a gash, then we're just going to remain calm so we can actually get on the phone and get somebody to come get you. But like, we're not finna like, it's over. Whoo. I was like, ooh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. But yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's all my questions.
Okay, that is all the questions she has had for me. So we are going to turn it over to a few announcements here. So if I can find my little thing, I'll turn it over to a few announcements in these closing moments. So this Saturday, this young lady, Dead Girl Paris, she is an artist who is a rapper. She has a very intriguing story. And you guessed it, I met her on TikTok, y'all. So she will be on with us this Saturday at 4 p.m. She's going to tell us the story of how she defeated homelessness and became one of the biggest artists in her city. So definitely tune into that and stay tuned. Also, I am looking for actors, actresses, producers, anything that has to do with films, because my first film is coming out summer 2026. It is called Follow the Embers. It tells the story of a teenage girl who has the power to control the sun and the moon, and she is trying to find herself within the chaos. Let's just say. I ain't gonna give too much, but be on the lookout for the trailer. The trailer's coming out soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But once again, Miss Uchiha, thank you for being on the show. Um, well, the people are going to see you more, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to see you more, and we're going to get some episodes, and we got to get some, what you call it? Definitely get some more guests on
For sure.
here for you.
I'm excited.
We're definitely going to have that anime round table.
Mhm.
I probably don't have much to say, but we're gonna have it. We're gonna get a lot of people on that one. But anything you would like to say, or some advice you want to give the people before we head out?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me. Thank you for putting me on into the crew. Happy to join. Um, I did want to say one thing about a particular anime. The switch up is real with Jujutsu Kaisen, because I remember at some point everyone was like, "Oh, Gojo is great and he's so handsome and da, 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 da. Everybody wants to cosplay him and be cute." And now everybody's like, "Well, he's a jerk." Actually, I peeped that within a couple episodes. I don't know why everyone's just now saying these are the same people who just about finished the anime or mid halfway in the anime. I'm like, okay, that's all I want to say. I just want to say that that was funny.
Yeah, so that's another anime I have to watch because I don't know who the hell she was talking about.
Oh, you'll see. Trust. And but
All
no,
I,
that's not gonna be the next on your roster, by the way. But yeah.
I mean, I know the name because Megan Thee Stallion said it, but that's about it.
Mm, mm,
Well,
mm.
once again, thank you for thank you for being on the show. We're definitely going to have you back again, and stay safe, stay humble, and have a good night, everybody.